Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only, and for those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law, and through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and also a short trading lesson at the end, so please stay tuned. Today's stock analysis is for ticker symbol BIIB, Biogen. This is a stock that I have invested in as well, and certainly a stock that I'm very bullish about. I think this is an excellent stock going forward for the long term. Close of play on the Friday, this was closing at $348.75, which was around about level on the day. So let's have a look at what else we can find in terms of Biogen. So for the benefit of people who have not invested in this company or not aware of this company, we're going to start by having a look at the corporate profile. So this is from the company investor relations page. We can see here, obviously it's trading on the NASDAQ, ticker symbol BIIB. On a high at one point it did achieve a price of $468.55, which was not too long ago. But let's have a look at what they do. So we can see here the headline corporate profile. They are pioneers in neuroscience. They discover, develop and deliver worldwide innovative therapies for people living with serious neurological diseases, as well as therapeutic adjacencies. So it's one of the first global biotech companies, founded in 1978. So they're also working on advancing research programs in multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, which I'm going to come to shortly, which there was a very important catalyst there. If you're not aware of that, they're looking at working in immunology, neurology and neuropathic pain. So this is a huge company with lots of angles in it and lots of upcoming catalysts, which we're going to look at shortly as well. What I would now like to share with you is an image on the screen for the 1 year chart. So we can see on the 1 year chart around about 1 year ago it was trading just in excess of $260, and then there was some significant news around about November, which drove the price quite sharply up to close to $350, but it soon consolidated downwards. So from around about December 2020 all the way to June 2021, you can see it's been trading more or less sideways around about the $270 to $280 mark. And then if you see on the screen there, just towards the end of June 2021, right, so not too far away, there was a very significant catalyst, and that the price at one point, you can see on the screen, achieved a price well in excess of $414. The high was around about $468. So at that time I was aware of the news, but I decided not to invest there because what certainly happens as soon as the news breaks, there is a very significant spike up, a lot of buy-in, but then what happens is people take profit and the share price consolidates downwards. So we've certainly seen that happen. And right now we can see it's come down to around about $348.72, and it has been now, it certainly seems to be leveling off, and I think it's certainly a good opportunity now to put this stock on your watch list, monitor it, and before you invest, let's have a look at the reasons for investing. So what was the big breaking news that drove this stock price up very significantly? And it certainly was huge news, and although the company is US based, here in the UK it was also featured as a headline news article by the BBC, so it's worldwide news. And the headline here is: the FDA has granted accelerated approval for Aduhelm trademark as the first and only Alzheimer's disease treatment to address a defining pathology of the disease. So this is groundbreaking. This is unique, and this is a first. So very big news here. Let's have a look at the details of this huge news regarding the stock. So delving deeper into this news article, I'm just going to draw your attention and summarize the second paragraph and the last paragraph for you to be aware of. So focusing now on the second paragraph, what's happened is they've been granted accelerated approval has been granted based on data from clinical trials which demonstrated the effects of the drug on reducing amyloid beta plaques are biomarker that is reasonably likely to predict clinical benefit. So in this case, what's happened is was a reduction in clinical decline. So that is a very, very positive sign. So continued approval for the drug's indication as a treatment for Alzheimer's disease may be dependent upon verification of clinical benefit in the trials. So excellent news there in terms of the trials and also the potential future for people with early stages of Alzheimer's. So let's now have a look at the bottom, which I think I also want to draw your attention to there. So the efficacy of the drug was evaluated in 2 phase 3 clinical trials. Patients with early stages of the disease, mild symptoms with confirmed presence of the pathology. The effects of the drug were assessed in the double-blind randomized placebo-controlled close-ranging phase 1 study and consistently showed the dose and time-dependent effects on lowering the amyloid beta plaques by 59%. So this is very, very positive. This is very, very strong news, and the FDA are happy with this, and that is one of the key reasons why they gave approval, and we saw the significant spike up in share price, and I think this could be groundbreaking for worldwide treatment of Alzheimer's. Based on the company information that we've looked at now, let's have a look at a stock analysis. So the stock analysis smart score is a 9 out of 10. So that is a very, very strong positive signal there. The analyst rating there is a moderate buy. Blogger opinions is very bullish. Hedge fund activity has increased. So certainly the hedges are showing a lot more positive interest in this one. The tip rank investors sentiment is very, very positive. So let's now have a look at the analyst opinion, which I think is very, very important in terms of potentially making an investment in this stock. So huge number of analysts have looked at this stock. So we're looking at 26 analysts. So the important thing I'd like to just point your attention to, out of a huge number of 26 analysts, 0 have rated this as a sell. So that is a very, very strong bullish signal there. 15 have given it a buy and 11 have given it a hold. So that certainly gives me confidence. It should give you confidence. Let's now have a look at the price target. So on a high, we're looking at a price target of around about $647, which is very, very close to almost close to 100% return on the current investment, just below 100%. So that's on a high. On an average, we're looking at around about $430. So based on the current price right now, again, that's quite a significant upside. So positive news there from the majority of the analysts. The next thing I'd like to draw your attention to is just an indication that the company is not only involved with treatment for Alzheimer's, but they have a huge number of aspects of research there. So on the investor relations page here, we can see but they're also involved in multiple sclerosis. We're aware of the Alzheimer's disease and dementia. They're involved in Parkinson's disease, neuropsychiatry, immunology, neurology, and neuropathic pain. So all of these are involved in stages of different trials. We have phase 1 trials, we have phase 2 trials, and we also have phase 3 trials. So all of these trials will indicate another significant catalyst for the share price, providing the trial is successful. So if the more successful trials that we have, the more positive news for the business. However, remember, on the negative side, when a trial is not successful, then this usually has the effect of the share price going down. But overall, we can see there's a huge number of potential catalysts for this stock going forward. Let's now have a look at a recent news article from PR Newswire dated June the 29th. The reason why this is important for our stock is MarketBeat, which is the leading source for stock market data and research tools, has published its monthly list of top 10 most upgraded stocks by Wall Street analysts. So this is the key thing that we need to be aware of. So the top 10 upgraded stocks on market beat in May 2021 are number one, Biogen, BIIB. So our stock that we are looking at today is the number one stock that is to be upgraded in terms of its ranking, its potential and its future. What I would now like to draw your attention to is a headline here dated June the 30th, 2021 from Fierce Pharma. This is something that you could regard as a criticism, and the headline here is Biogen's $56,000 price target on Aduhelm. Think again, ICER says calling for discounts of around 90%. So that's the key criticism. Criticism is, yes, the drug looks like it has huge potential. Yes, it is a breakthrough. Yes, it is unique. However, the company at the moment have identified a very, very high price tag. So going forward on for this to sort of look into more sustainability from a marketing and a revenue generation point of view, the ICER are saying there should be special discounts. So if the company can accommodate these discounts, then we're going to look at more potential for mass market revenue generation. So in terms of a potential entry point, certainly I would consider a potential entry point around about $340 would be a good entry point going forward. From a personal point of view, I think for now the decision for myself would be to hold this stock for the long term. I think that it's a good, solid, strong company with an excellent rating from the analysts, and also potential for some strong catalysts going forward. So if you can catch this around about $340, that would certainly be a good entry point. It's now time for lesson of the day, and today we're going to look at having an understanding of asset versus investment versus liability. So let's start off by having a look at an asset. An asset is an item of value that is owned by the business. So from the financial statements point of view, assets are normally recorded in a balance sheet. So there's two types of assets. One is a current asset. So the current asset will include things like cash. It will also include money in the bank, and it could also include stock. So in terms of an investment is also a type of asset, but it's also likely to increase in value over time, as opposed to money in the bank, as opposed to stock, which normally does the opposite. So money generally tends to go down in value due to inflation, and also stock can go down in value due to depreciation. So an investment can also produce income and fluctuate in price with or without your involvement. So investment could be, for example, a brand new building. It could be also investing in new property. It could be new equipment, anything that could be likely to give you a return. In terms of liability, another word for liability would be a debt. It could be a loan, it could be an overdraft, it could be people you owe money to, such as your creditors. So these are obligations that decrease the cash flow, generally disadvantageous for a business. So if a business has borrowed heavily, that's not a good sign. So it's a good idea before looking at making a potential investment in a company to see, are the liabilities greater, or are the assets greater? So if the assets are higher than the liabilities, that's a good sign. If the liability figure is higher than the asset figure, that's a bad sign. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Please stay tuned and join me again.